We live in a world where people will try to break you down because they think you're weak, trying to hide your scars with makeup, clothes, or accessories. But this isn't the case in the animal kingdom. Animals don't care about how you look or what scars you have. They respect strength and power, and today we'll meet the lion who got his name because of his scar. His name was Scarface, or the Scarred Face. When people first heard about him, they thought he was dangerous, but later realized he was kind, calm, and loving. Let's go back to the beginning. Scarface was born in 2007 in the Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya, East Africa. He lived there his whole life. When he was little, he looked like all the other lion cubs. He didn't start getting bullied until he grew up. He had 4 older brothers named Morani, Sikio, Hunter, and himself, Scarface. Together, they were known as the 4 Musketeers. They stuck together through thick and thin, always ready to help each other. One day when Scarface was still a young lion, around 6 years old, he and his brothers were fighting with a group of rival male lions for control of the marsh pride. Male lions often fight over who gets to mate with the females in their pride and produce cubs. This means that most of the time they fight with other lions just for fun. These fights sometimes get really violent. And during one of these fights, Scarface got hurt badly. He lost his right eye and his face was left with a big scar. From that day on, he was called Scarface. But even though he was hurt and scared, Scarface was brave and strong. He knew he had to protect his family and his territory. So he kept fighting. Every day he hunted for food, fought off predators, and guarded his home. He taught his own cubs how to hunt and survive in the wild. With his brothers, Scarface controlled huge parts of the Masai Mara. Even though he wasn't the biggest or strongest lion, he was smart and careful, and he knew when to attack and when to run away. Sometimes he would work together with other animals to trick his enemies. For example, once he made friends with a group of wild dogs, and together they chased a water buck. That's when Scarface earned the respect of the other animals and also the people watching him. As the years passed, Scarface became famous all over the world. People from all over came to see him in his natural habitat. Most of them had never seen a lion with a scar before, and they wanted to be the first ones to tell everyone about it. Of course, not only people, but also some animals came from neighboring regions just to meet him. It's hard to believe, but Scarface fought with and against many animals during his life, especially hyenas. Hyenas are scavengers, which means they often steal food from other animals. This made them enemies of Scarface, who wanted to protect his food. It's been reported that Scarface fought with and killed more than 400 hyenas during his life. Another enemy of Scarface was the crocodile. Crocodiles live in rivers and lakes, and sometimes they steal young animals. This upset Scarface, who did everything he could to protect his cubs. Once he had to fight off a crocodile to save one of his cubs. There are also stories of Scarface crossing the Mara River to hunt. These crossings weren't easy, since he had to face groups of crocodiles. Scarface also fought against rivals in his area. During his life, he fought with more than 130 rival lions. Even if they were bigger than him, he managed to win most of his fights. Even though Scarface was a powerful fighter, he also knew when to rest. He liked to spend his days relaxing with his family. He would lie down in the tall grass and watch the zebras and gazelles running around. He also enjoyed swimming in the river and taking care of his cubs. Sadly, like all living beings, Scarface couldn't stay young and strong forever. He started to get weaker and thinner. He wasn't interested in hunting anymore and spent most of his time alone. Eventually, he started to walk slower and slower. On June 11, 2021, at 1 p.m., Scarface's heart stopped beating. He died of natural causes. At that time, he was 14 years old, which is a good age for a wild lion. Nobody knows exactly why Scarface died, but it was probably because he was old and hungry. Today, people remember Scarface as a hero. He showed everyone that even if you have a disability, you can still be brave and kind. Although he had a rough childhood and got bullied for his appearance, he never gave up. He was a great leader and fighter and taught all young lions how to defend themselves. If you want to know more about lions, click here and check out our other videos about them. Also, please don't forget to like this video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.